Hi, my name is Mykayla. All the planets are spheres. Why aren't any of them squares?
Why is the Earth shaped like a sphere instead of a cube?
Imagine this was the Earth. Gravity is the force pulling everything to the center.
For an example, this is why Mark falls back to the ground when he jumps. And another example is why this ball falls down to the Earth.
If the Earth were shaped like a cube, some corners would be farther than the edge from the center. As you can see, this is 20 and this is 16. So when that happens, the corner would have a tendency to fall over here, where it'd be closer. And overall, it'd make a more spherical shape. So everything, all of the edge of the Earth is the same distance from the middle.
Because gravity pulls on each side of the Earth equally, each side has to be equal distance from the center of the Earth. The only object that allows this to happen is a sphere, so planets have to be spherical.
Hi, my name is Scarlett. My question is, why is the Earth, if the Earth is rotating, why can't we feel it?
The Earth is a very massive object, and we are being pulled towards its center constantly by gravity. And the only thing keeping us from going all the way to the core is the ground.
So the world spins at 1,000 miles per hour, and us and everything around us spins with it. And it won't stop spinning because there's nothing to stop it from spinning.
The sun and the stars above us appear to be moving, but in reality, we are the ones moving beneath the sun and stars at this constant rate. If the Earth stopped spinning, we would immediately feel a jolting motion just like the sleeping bag.
Since the sleeping bag is moving at the same speed as the car, it doesn't act as though it's in motion.
If the Earth were to suddenly stop spinning, we'd be thrown into the side at 1,000 miles per hour. So without gravity and our constant speed, we'd be feeling dizzy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. Why isn't the sun a star shape like little kids draw them?
In the name of science, bum, banana, bum, bum, bow.
The sun is a star, but why does it look different than other stars when it's drawn? Well, that comes down to how close the sun is to the Earth. The sun is this many light years from Earth, which seems pretty far. But that's compared to the closest star, which is this many light years from Earth. But that doesn't seem as far now, does it? The sun is a sphere, just like every other star and planet. We can see when we look into the sky that the sun is shaped like a sphere. But all the other stars in space look like tiny little specks. If you ever look into a light source and squint, you can see that there are tiny lines coming off of it. The same thing happens with stars. Since they're so small, you have to squint to look at them, causing the lines. These lines were then interpreted into the traditional star shape that we see today. The sun is drawn more as a circle with lines because the same effect with light happens, but we see more of a spherical shape. That leads the traditional sun drawing.
Hi, my name is Mackenzy. If some planets are made of gas, can you just go through them?
Planets are made of gas. Can you fall all the way through them? For our purposes today, we'll use Jupiter as an example because it is the largest gas giant in our solar system. At 155 miles into Jupiter's atmosphere, you'll experience Jupiter's rotation. Jupiter is actually the fastest rotating planet in our solar system. It creates powerful winds that can whip around the planet at more than 300 miles per hour, so the spaceship will be rocking quite a bit. At about 225 miles into your fall, you will reach the limit of human exploration. When you fall 430 miles down, the pressure is 1,150 times greater than that of Earth's surface. You might be able to survive down here if you were in a spacecraft, but any deeper and the pressure and temperature would be too great for the spacecraft. After falling 2,500 miles down into Jupiter, the temperature will be 6,100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about as hot as the surface of the sun. At this point, you will have been falling for at least 12 straight hours, and you won't even be halfway through. At 13,000 miles, you'll reach Jupiter's innermost layer. Here, the pressure is 2 million times greater than that of Earth's surface. The conditions are so extreme that they change the chemistry of the gas around you. The gas molecules are packed so close together that they become almost like a solid. The new material acts like a squishy trampoline that bounces you up and down until you are just floating there deep in the gas planet's atmosphere with no way to move up or down. So you cannot, in fact, go through the center of the gas planet. But what you might be able to do is cut through the side of it.
Hi, my name is Gwendolyn. How did all the air get on the Earth?
So, how did all of the oxygen, or better known as air, come to be on this planet? Well, let's take a look at that. It all started when the Earth was made, and there was volcanoes that made the atmosphere. Volcanoes! Volcanoes! Volcano! Once the atmosphere formed, the water condensed and created the oceans. And that's where the green and blue algae come in. The green and blue algae take in CO2 from the atmosphere and turn it into oxygen. Oxygen is all around us. The trees produce it. They suck in our exhales and shoot out oxygen. Now you know how oxygen came to be on Earth. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Taylor, and my question is, why is the sun a star?
What makes the sun a star? Let's find out. Stars are made of several different gases, including hydrogen and helium. Stars are also very hot, as they can reach up to 9,940 degrees Fahrenheit. Stars are very bright, which is why we can see them on Earth, even though we're so far away from them. Notice how when I hold this ball far away from the camera, it appears smaller, but when I hold it up close to the camera, it appears bigger? That's how the sun works. It appears bigger because it's closer to the Earth and has a smaller distance from the Earth than the other stars. Fun fact time! Did you know that the sun is 4.7 billion years old? Did you know that you can fit about 1 million Earths inside of the sun? The sun is also the closest star to the Earth, and it gives off a very important vitamin called vitamin D, which is very important for all living organisms.